Welcome to the Point Blank podcast with your host, Peletso Luang. Today I'm joined by an Honorable Member of Parliament for Madinari. I'll just let him introduce himself for you guys.
Thank you very much. I'll prefer what it's fine.
Yes, anything.
Okay.
Mix, we can mix.
Yeah,
Okay.
Hon Ketlhalefile FC Motshegwa. Tswa ko motseng wa Madinari. Ke le mo parlamente teng gompieno. Bona go ke tsene teng sekolo. Bona go ke goletseng teng.
Ko Madinari ke ko Bobirwa. Go kgaoleng ya Bobirwa.
Le ha re sa dumele ya Madinari ke Madinari.
Ke Madinari hela. Ya gona Bobirwa. Ke Re Ketlhalefile FC Motshegwa. Leina le la KFC. Ketlhalefile K. FC o ka re o re tlhalosetsa gore o emetseng NFC o Re Ketlhalefile.
FC remains a mystery. Me tota ya ka go te KFC go tswa mo go Ketlhalefile FC Motshegwa. Ke the abbreviation ya the K and the FC. Ke yona KFC. So go lebega go tumile lone leo mo go kgonang gore bangwe ba itse KFC mo ba sa itse mongwe wa lone.
The FC is a mystery. We will never hear about this mystery. Let's just take us back to Madinari. Let's go Madinari. Let's go Madinari. Re batla go itse gore botshelo jwa gago hela o santse o le ko Madinari hela ko bokonteng hela o no bontse jang ko primary school ha o ka re tlhalosetsa gore no le motho o ntseng yang hela ko sekoleng.
Okay, thank you. Ko Madinari ka ha ke goleng ka teng, my father was a teacher.
Okay.
My mother self-employed. So ke na le bonkgonne ba le batlhano le nake. So re godile jalo re beile thata mo batsading gore ke batho ba neng ba dira temothuo. So ke jone botshelo jo le gore botshilo. I remember gore I go dira standard 1 because we had spent more time when I go Masim. It's a story I love so much. Gore ne ka re tswa ko Masim. It's about 14 kilometers to go Madinari. So I was with my mother and one of my distant cousin, Lena Anale, the mother. So they walked us to Madinari. Hela polelo ate ha ke re ke rata go no ke ka mabaka gore the fact that I took that journey with my mother ba go simolla standard 1 is something that I'll always remember. Or she contributed for me. It was symbolic this journey gore ke go simolla botshelo. So ha re tsana ko before tsana mo Madinari o tswa Masimo na le noka ya mototse jano re ithetse le gore ene days pula ne di nele ka January go simolla ka ngwaga ta ke simolla sekolo ka 1991. So ha no ka itetse jana go ne go na le basimana kana borre ba neng ba thusa batho go tola. So be ba re thusa go tola jalo me ha ke re sena go tola. I reflect many years later gore gone ne ile ka lesego la modimo gore no ka itetse jalo yelela re be re kgonne go tola. But also symbolic in the sense that prepare you'll face so many challenges.
Yes.
But you'll have to cross them.
Yes.
Standard 1. Ke ta ke tswa ko Masimo ka tsela entseng jalo. Ha ke simolla standard 1 ne ke tsena ko sekolong se leng gore my father na ruta ko go sone. My brother was already schooling there. So ke gola ka tsela entseng jalo ke hetsa standard 7 gone ko Madinari. My junior school ke ira ko Madinari ko Makome CJSS ke be ke ama Halape.
O mo Madinari le sa tswa go tola yone no ka e re ngwa e gakologelwa eo akere which you say it was very symbolic mo go ena ya no botshelo ja mo Madinari le no ntse yang ke ra gore ha o le ngwana sekwele ko sekweleng o no go na le potso ene tle budi gote ha o batla go gola o batla go nna eng. By that time no se tse o itse gore o batla go nna eng?
The way we are socialized, I think, in our family and by extension, mo madinara ya la go di ka ke metsa di kgaolo kana go eteng ke gore go la ona o rutwa thata humility, go la thata o rutwa humbleness, o rutwa courtesy jalo le jalo. The fact that jaaka ke buile gore my father ne le teacher kana go ya ke tsena sekolo ne le mothusa mogokgo ra gore na itsege mo motse le motho na o pedisa le motho na le bole mo motseng o bogale jalo. So ra gore ne rena le self regulation ya gore kana batsadi ba go ke ha o kopana le motsadi mo motseng a re ngwana wa ga Motshegwa, so gone mo ne go regulate gore o itshwara ka tsela nngwe e leng gore ga e thabisi batsadi ditu. I think it also contributed to my life values and morals gore ke be ke le ha ke leng teng, so ke ka ha ke tsileng ka teng but gore be ke le ha ke leng teng. I think I ke dira standard 4 even towards standard 4 ne ke rata go nna ke a go khote ha ra go lwapeng ke eta khoteng ke tsa di daily news ke bala current affairs as that age
standard 4
even before standard 4
standard 4 ra ro 10 years yana
so ya no ha ke dira standard 4 ha ke heta ha posong because ne ke nna ke bala daily news, so ra ne ke itse ma parliament ka gore bana ba tswa mo daily news di khantse dingwe ya la jalo jalo. So I knew mo parliament wa madinara wana go rep ona tse go kidikilo ne ke mwana mo daily news ke nna ke mmona so ha ke bala standard 4 ga dira ga rona go ngwa ke heta ha posong ke be ke mmona a heta go no go tota ibila go logile a buisa bang ke be ke bona gore monna ke yone ke tholang ke mmona mo daily news ke bala gore ke mo parliament. So I was impressed go bona mo parliament. Then I made a decision at that point for one day I will be a member of parliament
at 10 years old. You made that decision at 10 years old. Se ke sone ke batla go se itse gore kore ha bonnyane jo ga go be go iragala so la tswa mo madinare la mahalape gore kana ke re ya ka o bua gore re ne le mogokgwe gore wa tswa o iswa ko mahalape ga o tsena ko mahalape gore o no le motho ntseng yang no itse go ira ditsala motlhogo kana ilo tsena go bo sokola ka gore ngwana principal batho ba go tshaba kana jang.
That before even crossing to Mahalape, ko skolong se se neng ke celebetse se leng gore na sana le sabe a tsena ko Mahalape ha ke le ko primary yone ya Madinare Primary School mo di sporting ke ne ke le motho ne ke taboga 100 meters 200 meters kana go ke bona gore di medal ne se dio tseneng di le teng no neelwa plate ne bona le di plate tsa matsopa go lwa pentse ke neng ke di hands mo di competition le dikolo tse dingwe mo regioning. So at that times ne ke dira high jump, so ke ngwa dilo tse le gore ne re tumile ka tsone mo sekolo gape ne ke dira scout kana ka scout ne re ruta discipline mo scout, so I was a member of scout ne ke le loloko la committee ya botsogo gape. I think ke yone ne ya tuta bothokwa ja botsogo apehela mo botsholong. So I think dilo tsene tsa dira gore ke nne disciplined mo sekolong le go focus thata le mo maduong mirle pele ke a mahala ba ke dira form 1 mo Makome gona mo Madinara ke be ke go bugelwa ke kana kwa tene go belaisa ga gore ke asthma ka rena ke le motho ne ke taboga go kgoreletsa go taboga ga me ka tselentseng jalo jaanong the fact that ngone ke go belaisa ga gore ke na le asthma ga be go dira gore my parents ba nne le thokomelo ntsi thata mo go nna a re se re tsena ko Mahalape o heta all my siblings. I don't think ba gila ba iswa sekolong, so my father every day na ngisa sekolong ka koloi phakela. So I think it was based on the fact that belaela gore ke lwala asthma, so I think that demonstrated gore my parents cared for me so much. So I get tsena ko
so no iso ya lo wani hela kana ni ile wena uno na ko ile wena o tsana sekole o
no ile nna ke lo wana until my sister my younger sister lena da tsena ko junior ene ke tsana le yone go ra ba na beneficiary ya teng
tota no go lebile wena hela
so ko moana ko mahalape I then focus more on education rather than sporting activities.
Okay.
And then I was a member of the history club, not history, social studies club. When you go moana ko mahalape, emetse skolo mo quizzing and so forth. Ko mahalape ke zere 2 years because the other first year ne ke dirile ko makome ko Madinare. So it was more about gotsana skolo e be ke alwa peng that discipline.
Yeah, that discipline. Ya no a kere ha o tswa go ra re o boya ko sekoleng se se golwane.
Then back to Madinare ke tsana mo Silibe Pico Senior Secondary School but ke tsana ke nna mo Madinare.
O tsena o nna mo Madinare. Ya no ke bona o re ka 2003 because I did a bit of research. You said you moved to Gaborone for the first time. Ne le la ntla o tla mo Gaborone ka nno ke le atla Gaborone.
Kana ha batho ba le go dikgaolong go la di khakala ka tsa Madinare, it doesn't make sense go ta mo Gaborone. So the first time I came to Gaborone ke ha re le go junior ko mahalape.
Ele
gore ne re tsiswa there were students who were selected go travel. So we were tsiswa the usual famous places, museum, parliament and so forth. The fact that Naraiswa Parliament, it also fueled that dream. Ya go standard for ya I will become a member of parliament. So ya no ga ke bona ke le mo go yona gore one day I'll come here. So and then the other time I came to Gaborone, ke get go simola go university. There's a story I wrote gore ha re tswala setup ya go Madinare. Bontsi ja di family ke gore ha le tswala la masimo la morakeng. So even when I finished from 5 ya morakeng and then because I think we were many, I give you a story certain but in our family we were many. My mother,
7 I guess.
7. So
the
my
siblings,
mother was self-employed, not working. My father a teacher, my charagana bana ba sa amogele madi a mantsi. So for our I get out simolla ko university. Ke ta go apply. Ka gore ne ke ta ke tswa ko masimo. So there is a story I wrote gore that time I wore my father's shoes. Then I didn't. So that's when I came to Gaborone. Still it felt me gore the parents cared for me. And this background also made me to be determined where I should grow up in life to do something for myself and also to help the parents. So ke be ke tsana mo Gaborone.
Mo Gaborone o tsena mo Gaborone kana ke Gaborone ke motse o motona ha go ntse ana ngwana sekolo ko UB a o nna mo sekoleng kana go na le ko nnang teng.
Yeah, when I started to get to apply, I stayed with my cousins, the Rangwane, so we are a big extended family. So I guess now apply. One of my cousins, when I get married, she was instrumental. More into some process. I go to university because she was already schooling the Merapelo. So I then
Merapelo kilina la gagwe.
Yeah, kilina la gagwe. So later. I stayed with my sister. I think the first few months. And Corona and Namohaborone. Then I got back to university. Koborokonjayon.
Ko sekoleng ya no ha o le ko gona ko university ko gona le bo SRC ra di utalla mo di politics tsa mo sekoleng a o tsene mo di ontsene tseo tsa bo SRC a o kilo a joina party pe ya ko UB gona ko UB for people who don't know the context ke University of Botswana just on record.
Yeah, surprisingly ko university surprisingly for me and others when they see me active now. I was not active more the politics about SRC and so forth. So I was just behind the scene, a supporter from a distance. But going to activity, I said, I ke boela ko
Madinare.
because they are established youth. I was active more the Kansas Youth Association. We established though it was already established, I supported them. So it was a cultural youth group. And then there was another one, the orphan. And then I established with one of my cousins who is late and a friend of mine who is a teacher now. It's a faith to the association. Re simolotse re ruta ka thibelo ya mogare go tswa mo go mmangwana go a ko leseeng. PMTC mo di pateleng. Then re dirisa di soccer tournament le di platforms of public education on health. No, we can't have a situation where these volunteers they contribute to society, but there's nothing in terms of their livelihoods. Re focus on more ba itirele di projects ne ra ba romella ko this agricultural school go Impala go Francistown se sengwe se mo mahala pe go dira di preservatives go meletsa dijo and so forth go ira bo jeme jalo le jalo. So I was active more go gae as a community activist than go school. So though I was doing political science and public admin, I was not more into leadership. Yeah, when I go to university, what influenced me because one of my brothers, did a history. When I go SPSS. So the history. The fact that parliament and I hear my brother talking about history also influence our studies history. So when I go to SPSS, we get studies history. So history be influence our political science. So how you go to university? I was recommended to do economics and statistics. So I was seated down with the dean. And the courses statistics and economics. I want to do political science and public admin. So that's how I ended up doing the course.
Okay. So wa hetsa mo university ke bona yanong ha ke lebile botshelo jwa go tswa ko Francistown City Council.
Yeah, ha ke sena go hetsa ko university ke tsa gore ga diega thata go bona tiro. My first job ne re bereka some UN agency ne di la di kgang tsa gender-based violence. So our role ne le go collect the data ka dikgang tsa gender-based violence go police go observe gore the victim ba ha ba ta report ba thusiwa ka tseleng jang. So that was my first job.
At what age are you now?
Immediately I guess I go to university. I think I was around 19 or something. Yeah.
Where did you be 19?
I'm not sure about I never counted the ngwaga mo botshelong jam. Because that's why I get around there.
Around there.
Because you remember already already determine success.
Okay.
You can be impactful and successful at a younger age. More personal impact. That is why I don't determine my success. I look at the impact. So I get go Francistown City Council. My political councillor, as clerk of council. And then what thing immediately I joined trade union. A shop steward, the department there. Shop steward department and then thing malawa public service in how you will take 2 years or more probation to be confirmed. Right now, I think it's 6 months. So, Hagele Shop Steward. And then I later contested the chairmanship, branch, union, Francistown. I won against some of the veterans thing. So while still on probation,
I know, Honorable, just to interject, I know gore ga o rate go bua ka dingwaga, but ke batla gore o tlhalose kgang ya gore at 24 years old o ne wa tsena gone mo union ke yone union o buang ka ene kana go na le engwe gape
ke yone ya Blau.
ke yone ya Bulawa at 24 kore ka 24 no setse o bone tiro o bereka gone ko Bulawa ko.
Yeah. At that age I didn't get any more union. And then secondly, I was on probation 2 years. Kise ki confirm me. Gana probation or hour you can be fired anytime without the reasons. So within the first year, I mobilized employees as the chairman to petition the town clerk because there were certain grievances. So that's the risk I took. For the fact that I can take the town clerk head on. Kise ki confirm me or mere ki kana yang. For me, when I reflect later, that was some form of bravery. Yeah, so Babirigin about the whole on town like no, Kibala petition or I read we demand this and this and this. And then Haxon our chairman 2010. Before Congress, the Aronaya Union in Eleko Muchud. My entrance in the senior trade union. Kana kwa the negro ala turi mwa stop bracket and let's say so I was called Bismarck after that German Chancellor Otto von Bismarck. So I attended some event to go Pique Union. Our branch ya Pique they had one award ya branch of the year. Conference in a hit. So that was my first encounter the police intelligence and so forth. So while we were still addressing the session, event intelligence, the military, they invade the event. By then, the president of the union, Comrade Pelos Hubai, was militant, radical, and so forth, whom I owe a lot in terms of my trade union attributes because he largely influenced and mentored me. So, there was a BDF vehicle around. So he then says to me, Ghana, we need to provide leadership and direction to these members. There is confusion. So we're on top of this vehicle addressing people. And that did not
it didn't go well.
It didn't go well. How can we address a rally on top of a BDF vehicle? So we were then taken to police station. So that was one of my second Toyele petition. This was the second one. So when we were there, this president by and then says, so what we need to do, we need to find a way of calling people outside for it. And members about police station.
Bala against this arrest.
Yeah, Bala against this arrest. So he then said, no, I will distract the police. Some people. I think then I called Taulo Lucas. And then who I think in turn called the commissioner of police. I think for our police commissioner, police the trade union leaders, the leaders and so forth. Unfortunate about that, some of them I think about there's a meeting in Gaborone, Ministerial about issues, and then they had an accident. I think I remember like 3 died. So those were one of the unfortunate happenings.
Yeah.
So that year then Ebera Congress, I was still young. Originally there are trade union 40 kind of 50 jalo. So I was still young, 24 years. I begin, Kiagotopia, Secretary General, but only about Sahoram, less, even today. Every contest I entered, so then, but largely I think it was for about the debate, so I was elected Secretary General Blau for since 2010 until last year when I relinquished the position mo parliament.
Okay, so re bona ka ditlhopho tsa 2019 o no a emela bo parliamente ja Bonington a ke tura go ke Bonington South. A ke re o no by then no santse le mo union o tsena mo bo parlamenteng under the umbrella. So how le under the umbrella yana re tlhalosetse gore ke santse re batho ba sa itseng gore gona le umbrella e leng gore a ke re gore o tsena ma umbrella sentse re bona le boloko ja party bongwe. So o no le mo union kana ile o tswa mo union o ba go tsena ko BNF ke batla o ntlhalosetsa go no.
No, I've always been a member of the party since student days.
The member of the BNF.
The member of the BNF.
Botswana National Front.
Botswana National Front. So when I got into the trade union leadership, in terms of membership, so both 2019 general elections and 2024 general elections, I came late. 2019, our union, we say it's a militant, radical, class-conscious union that believed the role of a trade union must transcend beyond bread and butter issues. Trade unions and workers must participate in socio-economic and political matters of the country. That is why we had voice on policy matters and politics. So, umbrella for democratic change, constituency Bonington South, BNF. So BNF didn't have a candidate. So then the BNF leadership came to me, candidate, but we want someone from Labour. You high melody top, but they have one of their own.
Inside.
And largely also because BNF, like the pamphlet number 1, Dr. Kenneth Kom, BNF, pamphlet number 1, we are going to humani, so I think it became natural for the BNF trade union. I came as not just as a candidate on my own, but I was a candidate Labour movement, trade union. So I was deployed where I am. Though it was late, I think I came I came in May. I was the first to launch June because I wanted to catch up in terms of the time in the same way 2024, I came late, almost the same time. So I've always been a late comer, more the contest. But 2019 general election, the UDC then lost, and there was rigging, and then we went to court petition. How would you give a petition town clerk, kuma police? The petitions, particularly at a time where we have lost the vice president of BNF, the former vice president, Rechimbombi, including President Boko himself. So in a petition, we lost the case on technicalities. The substance of a period no jurisdiction the top. So the IEC and the BDP, IEC in particular, surprisingly, they unleashed terror on the petitioners in the sense that we are financially constrained. Their cost case. Some of us we paid, but they still said, ka tsamaiso ya khanka ha ntseng ka teng sekolote se le mmogo mo go sone. The fact that you have paid ba bangwe ba sa duela, you remain in debt.
You remain in debt because it's a collective.
It's a collective. So I remember they attached his car, his car. For me, it was the other time when I went home, I found that they have attached and taken my 2 cars because I found that they have taken 3 beds from the bedroom. The batsale, positun room, television sets, the tilo. The only thing they left in LS store for cooking. So they had taken.
So you went home the kaya to find an empty house.
An empty house. My family was there. It was one of the sad moments. But look, I always everything that happens to me, I always say it's for a reason. So I think that happened to strengthen me in terms of challenges ahead, and for my family also to appreciate this kind of challenge. And it was not the first time. When we were union in 2011, a strike.
The 2011 strike.
The 2011 strike. I was at the forefront because I was the Secretary General of Blau, part of Bufepus. I was part of the youthful leaders. So now they were conservative, but they were slow. But now we are militant and radical about the strike. And so nese una said the warrant of arrest again gape ha re sena go addressa gore motswa le soro dole we later on the case. So that has been my life. So I was addressing the 2019 general election.
And then fast forward re bona ya nong o tsenela dithopo tsa 2024 because I get no re ha o tswa ho hetsa go lathegela mo go tsa Bonington, you went back to the union. And then o botsena mo dithopong tse di latelang tse, you were late boomer again, o tsene late o joina the run to decision ya gore o tswe mo Bonington ya nong wa back home ko Madinare. How did you come up with that decision?
Yeah, after 2019 general election, in fact even before there, after the Topoza 2014, following the strike, because we had caused some form of militants in the union and the I was then targeted by the government to say these are the people who politicize the civil service and so forth, which led to my expulsion from the public service on that victimization. Because how the Secretary General, we are seconded to the union. So I was seconded to the union. Then the employer, DPSM, claimed they don't know where I am or I'm absconded from work. Yet we always met in meetings and I was seconded. There was a letter to that effect. So those are some of the challenges that I faced. I later then got hired by the union. Even within the union itself, the employer, the government, the then regime sponsored others within the union to revolt against the leadership, including myself. I think to save the union, we might have gone to court about 10 times, and we always won. That strengthened me. And towards 2024, no, before 2024, 2023, I was campaigning in Madinare to stand for election. AP got back to UDC. You will remember Parliament Bonington South 2014. He contested. I contested with him in 2019.
So joining the umbrella by then.
So haba joina ka 2023. I then said, for UDC to function, I'll sacrifice myself. I'll pave way for him.
Yes.
So that they can come in. I'll assure the constituency. Because my life has always been about the bigger picture, not what I should be in a position. So I paid for him, and then Bonington South, or I get a constituency. So I don't have a constituency, get approach, I give up Bonington North. Haba Zanzibar they get approach, I give up Madinare. At that time, it was clear where Bonington North if I go there, it stand out as a winnable constituency.
Yes.
Easy to win.
Easy to win.
But I then changed to say, no, I want to represent my people in Madinare. Though it was difficult. Haradi Toponza 2024, Madinare was the only constituency ACH party it has been won by BDP since 1966 until 2020. So we made history.
Yeah.
I always say to people, Madinare became it was the first time it's an Amodi attends our opposition. Then a few hours later, back to the ruling party, within the new ruling party.
Yes.
So
Madinare has always been laha mo parlamento thing in naile mo parlamento party hela nyibusa.
Madinare has always been under the ruling party. So but towards the end of 2023, next is a campaign Madinare the candidate. And then early 2024, the constituents were then given to BPF. But I held like a constituents. How I reacted to the concert thing, I was asked by one radio station.
Yes.
Immediately was now some media or Madinare. I think it became used because I was the Secretary General of the party, BNF.
Yes.
Which is the party allied to Ankakala, and I was also the Secretary General of a trade union. Or it's big news or Secretary General of a trade union in the political party, now constituents. And then when I was asked, I said, the question was, no, I'm fine. I'm fine in the sense that the constituency doesn't belong to me, it belongs to the people.
Yes.
So my discipline is that you get deployed as a leader. You don't force yourself into leadership. So I'll support the person. I then said, whoever you're and that constituency, I'll support the person. And that gives me an opportunity to campaign for the party. The next question I was asked, where do you see your leadership in future? I then said, no, unfortunately, I'm not a prophet. I cannot prophesy my future in terms of leadership. It's in the hands of the members, the people. And then after that interview and happening, I think about 3 days later, the president was launching Ramotswa candidate, Ramaledi candidate.
Yes.
So I attended. People thought I was hurt and so forth. But 3 days later...
You attended the
launch.
The launch, yes.
Yeah. After the constituency Madinare was taken to me. Others thought I was hurt. And I demonstrated even now that I can never get hurt by losing a position. So, Ramotswa launch, I was the last person to speak before the president.
Yeah.
And then what I said, government, but they should not fight for position or parliament. It's not about us getting into positions. It's about the rescue in this country. It's about the rescuing the people. It's about change of government so that we bring in a government that will have regard for the livelihoods and welfare of the people. I then said, if I were to be confronted by the priest of the struggle for change of government, I will say, I'm the sacrifice myself. So I think Mahogwate ngana autwana thata le president ka gore ke gone mana bua polelo ya gore ba eteledi pele mongwe le mongwe ka nna mo eteledi pele ha go siame. But during difficult and hard times, that's when leaders will emerge.
Yes.
So I think he was making reference to the fact that ke ne ke tseetswe kgaolo tota ke simolotse ke togela ya Bonington South ka Madinare ka tseelwa kgaolo, I accepted.
And you still remain.
I still remain disciplined in the party. My discipline has always been, if I'm a member of the organization, like I'm a member of BNF, even when I was in the trade union, even if the leadership or the organization wrong me, I should remain disciplined. But most time I choose just to focus and go forward. so that the cadre discipline alone. Then fast forward, I think around May
2004.
2024. So I always have a destiny with May. May, the president then called me. I think I was in New York, because I had decided now to focus on education, leadership, trade union. I guess in Akao. So he then said to me, "Can I be PFA do le mo UDC? We don't have a candidate for Madinar." I then did not say, "No, I immediately agreed. That's my attitude. And by that time, but one of us says the candidate, can you play a role more December top? So it means I did not play any role or Baba ngoba bo Gaborone, Baba mo Gaborone ba tswa Madinar bo Frankstown le Kgaolotse bana ba sa ikwadisa because never dumela gore ga gona candidate ka dirang gore ba ikwadisa. So I had that challenge. Financially, I was not prepared because I did not know what candidate. So I just relied on faith. So President said, how that is the language that he used.
Yes.
So Madinare, or I don't even have a team. Remember, Madinare has been under BDP, dominated by BDP. So I had to assemble a team with other resources. I then said to them, I don't have resources to take care of you. The campaign team. I only have faith.
Yes.
We will win. I only have faith. We need to win this constituency to represent our people in Madinaro constituency. So I think motivate. I had a dedicated team. Bana ba ikgwabalatsa gore tota ba go direla ipapatso I think they were at manakong ye nngwe it showed gore they were more focused mo on campaign thata go heta any other thing ka gore kgaolo ya rona ya Madinaro constituency go na le ko merakeng go ne re latela batho teng lo tsamaya bosi gore ba ka bo 12 a go jwa
le tola tsona dinoka tseo tsa motodi
so how go nwa di oro so go jwa magwinya ke ja le bone hela and that's important because when you seek to represent people you cannot want to project a different life from them.
Yes.
You must associate with them and gone mo ke thuso like yone background ya me ya upbringing so and then we campaigned and ultimately
you won. Yeah. So not only win the election, how did you feel about winning and winning at home?
Yeah, you know, our campaigner, we campaigned thata hon. That's a di top. Because the possibility of rigging of elections. So that's why I was active. Let me the polling station, Rebaya di observer, Madivela top. So how was Topero? I was also active, more police and transportation. It was a hectic moment. So it really was now my boxers now Salamorago. I think you get to see a number of polling stations. The police station. So at times we had confrontation in the police, so the box this now now in one place. I then said to my team, one of the things that always carries me in life is faith.
Yes.
For everything will be okay, it will go according to the plan. So I then said to my team, we had a little time, about 4 months. We have campaigned. We have done everything that we could do. The ballot box, the horror, let's one, the bodies or the horror. So I then said to them, I have done my part. Now I'm going to, because I was exhausted. This 4 months was gruesome. So I then said to them, I have done my part. I'm going to sleep. We have won. I don't know what said to me or we have won. So So I then went to sleep. I think how it turned out, we led the counting for Hagusimula Pakela, I think up to lunch. Nele Ronako Pele, UDC, then BCP, then BDP on Salai. Then after lunch, Kanakabo 2, 3, 4, 5. Then BCP. So I'm told what our team, they were crying, or we have lost and so forth. Because now was the box 1, BCP leader. So assumption I want to look at a box or almost share the ballot papers. So the campaign manager, he then calls me. Udorlenzola is terribly shaky and we have lost. These people are leading us. The box in my hell. So now I then said to him, no, go back. We have won.
Yeah.
Men's exciting. I then had a short prayer to say, I'm a prayerful person. I then prayed for Ghana next na maikele lwa go emela di top. Jano modimo kwa ena o dirile nsemo tsa gore ke emele di top. Jano ka dira jang gore ke emele di top only for me to lose.
Yes.
So that was my prayer.
Okay.
So I think a boxer thing, it took about 40 minutes and then we surpassed the BCP, then a margin. So the one of my brothers then sent me a message, hey Ra, parliament there. So it felt unreal to me, even up to today, considering what I got in late. So for me, it remains a miracle. Then the story of it started was not for you when I'm a parliament. So in fact, when I was doing, I'm not sure if it's Form 4 or Form 5, I attended the quarter meeting. So the then Minister of Information, Communication and Technology, Vincent, the Deputy Permanent Secretary, Andrew Sisi, the first time I appeared on newspaper and I gave a Form 4. So then my Vincent said, mo madinar minister
so that's a prophecy. I'll answer that prophecy.
Yeah, so I met my Vincent early this year, a budget speech. You later got in local government. So no, we are not going to get a ministry. So I made local government.
Yes.
For your ministry. So you made that prophecy has been fulfilled. So, but when I do me saying, my team.
And then by now, let's lead or UDC win their leader.
Yeah, I think actually I was now announced. I think in about 10. Because I can understand so now we about 10. I then called Comrade Maboko. So that was immediately Senawi.
Yes.
I think he also had a faith in the government, which I had also in our government. But Ghana Zaman number 10. He then said, when we are the president of Botswana.
KFC na kana ke simtse ke utlwalinela KFC gona le ha ile le simola le hetsa go tsa puso gona ga nna le tegonyana gore le forme cabinet ke motho ke sala ndi o tse thata mo maranyaneng a Facebook no ebe ke utlwa gote a go tsengwe KFC ke botsa kante KFC ke ma ke bona hela ke tsaya be ke search hela ke re KFC be kopana le sa thao sa gago no kompolelle re KFC gore why batho ne ba gaketse ba re go tsengwe mo teng ebile ha o libile one ministry yo no wa o tlhophela local government bontsi ja bone ne ba re labor local government bangwe ba re labor yaanong wena ha o lebelela tshekatsheko ya gore o berekile mo unioneng o berekile ko counseling ha o lebile a o mo ministry wa local government a ke ministry o ileng gore wena o bona go siametse.
Yeah, I think batho bona ba na le go bua ka KFC gore a tsengwe jalo le jalo. So I don't know gore le re KFC le bua ga motho is based on my abilities and capabilities as a leader. So there was that campaign by people, social media and so forth, for nka ya ko ministry wa labor. Le nna ne ke akanya jalo. But president a gre ga thopa di minister ona di thopa di stagara jana. Go be go ra gore gona ga thopa minister wa labor. Then it became clear what I'm not going to be minister wa labor. So I don't know, maybe one day I will ask the president why. So about Topako local government. On reflection, I think it's a better appointment where the Hanegile labor. That's why you got maybe because if you look at local government, Kono ministry it has proximity to the people.
Yes.
All the mandate, their social protection, social development, the Kanza Bahudi, the Kanza the VDC, the Kanza destitute, and so forth. So what this minister needed someone who is hands-on, action-oriented, visionary, and so forth. So I don't know, maybe the president saw that. This man can go to that ministry. That is why when I did the hosi, when I did the council, the clinic. So it's a big ministry. That is why I've been traveling around the country. I think I'm the only minister who has not traveled outside the country. If you don't want to have a passport, but it's only that I decided or I will travel within the country. And then he said to me, the policies and programs, that will just be theory. We need to go to the people so that the policies and the programs we design, they are based on the practicalities and realities on the ground. And Ministry of Local Government, we are pioneering rural industrialization, community-led development. We need to empower and craft the economy so that we keep rural urban migration. But what's our we need to make life to make sense at community level. So we need to put proper infrastructure. We need to establish industries, or the cooperatives, the trust, the VDC, and so forth. So we are also reviewing Bohosi Act to give potence and prominence to the role of Bohosi in national matters and so forth. So I think upon reflecting later, I realized, the appointment to the Minister of Local Government and Traditional Affairs is more befitting than Koleba. Because this is where we are dealing with people.
Honorable Motshegwa, kana ono o le ko unioning akere o re itse matshwenyo ga batho le yana o kile a nna le matshwenyo ga gore you were once arrested kana o tshegeditswe ka ba sepodisi o no wa mobilize gore batho ba ntshiwe from 2 years probation o iswa ko 6 months akere o lwantsha yone government ya nako e gore ba leke go ire ba siamise dilo yaanong gompieno re go lebile o mo governmenteng eneo tsone di kgantse di ntseng yalo tsa batho ba bereki yalo jalo ba libile mo go yena gore wena yanong ha o di libile o le mo teng wa go dira jang ka dikgantseo.
Rightly so, ba libile mo go nna le nna ka re ba lebe mo go nna. When I got into the leadership of the ministry, I then called the leadership the council chairman and mayors, the council secretaries, the ministry management to say we are in a new government, the Second Republic, the developmental state. And the fact that we are in a new government, I'm also a new leader, more local government. So I need to share with you my vision for the ministry based on the vision of the government and the vision of the president. Or I'm the torchbearer of that vision in this ministry. One of them, back to your question, for us to succeed, we can't just focus on developments and projects at the expense and exclusion of welfare of employees. So this culture says, and I always say, don't build the organization, build the people. The people will build the organization. So we need to respect the rights of employees. We need to pay attention to the welfare of employees. We need to motivate employees. We need to mentor them. We need to create a conducive environment. We need to create an environment where people, when they wake up, they're looking forward to a day to work. So this is the environment that we are crafting. And I then said, the fact that I'm a trade union leader, not I was a trade union leader. I remain a trade union leader because trade unionism is about your consciousness to protect, advance, and deepen workers' rights and welfare. And it's not something you can retire from. So I remain a trade unionist. And I then said, the fact that I'm a trade union leader means this Ministry of Local Government and Traditional Affairs must be at the forefront of the welfare of employees. We must be a role model ministry.
Being that hapelo wena o le mokganyeng tsone tseo tsa ba berekitse o santse re ba bone e go nna le pharologanyo.
Definitely, because I said to them, hare nela ba bereki proper welfare and respect of their right. In turn, they will be productive. Productivity then means they will offer quality services to the people. So it's a value chain. Welfare of employees, they become productive, they assist the citizens. Yeah, so part of the strategy also is the need to fight corruption. Because if you look at the floods, I was saying, no, it's not that we had floods. It's just that our infrastructure got exposed in terms of roads, in terms of stormwater drainage system. When I let's say, I'm not sure ina manolo ga yala yo tebe tswayana ba ngwe bile ba re tsela dile mo tsele ele the poor quality ya ditsela tsa rona le stormwater drainage. That is why my message in terms of our culture going forward to the Ministry of and Councils we need to produce or deliver quality and durable projects that are delivered on time and within budget. Corruption ha eta go dira gore re ne le tiego ya go dira dithabololo kana di sa nna sent gora gore itsa batho to benefit from the intended projects and development. Part of this culture also is leadership. I said to them, and I continue to say to them, the success and failure of any organization, institution, and government rests on leadership. So this country is yearning for thought leaders. And I said to councils, or both my councillor, or council secretary management, they must have this mindset. They are global level. They must be enterprise. We can't have our councils compare amongst themselves. They must compare with the rest at a global level. But the intention is to develop this country, to economically empower people and ministry the
local government ministry ke yone e leng ya gago yaanong re bana re tsena mo ditlhophong tsa lona tsa congress tsa BNF go e leng gore o no emetse bo secretary general o no ona le sebaka se se kae o le mo posting ya teng.
Kinile Secretary General at BNF 2022, then 2024 we were general election. So I had mandate for 2 years. Me mandate like you must transform this country as the head of secretariat in such a way that you will take over government. So we must put the party in good shape to be able to take government. So my immediate task was to professionalize the administration of the party. Together with others, I then pioneered HR policy, the template, the structure, the functional, we put a 5-year strategic plan, certainly 6 strategic objectives, the vision, the mission, the deliverables, the implementation plan or program. So the intention was to have sound, effective administration with good governance, inspire and structure, which I think I attained in the sense that based on this foundation, our structures were functional. We were clear in terms of strategy, in terms of vision, in terms of direction, in terms of the capacity of the party to be attractive to the people. Of course, Renali, Magata Mogwarona, AP, BPP. So, in my role as Secretary General, because like they always say, Secretary General is the engine of the party, is the bedrock foundation of the party. In my role in that capacity, we delivered government. So I'm satisfied with my role in terms of being an inspiration to young leaders, professionalizing the party, coordinating BNF historic BNF and Alama parliamentary 23, my councillor rally 324. So I'm satisfied with my performance.
So you are satisfied with your performance.
Yeah.
But then the results it's a dithopo and it's a General Secretary General. O no wa latlhegelwa mo dithopong tsa teng. Yaanong ha ke itse ke ka re wena ha o bona in your own words now that you had to reflect o lebella di comment tsa batho o lebella o sekaseka o ka re go diragetse jang gore o kgone gore o bo latlhegelwa yalo.
Well, I don't want to dwell much on that because now I had done my part in terms of the mandate was secretary at their party. In terms of my role, we delivered government. I campaigned throughout the country. I had the support of the people. We went to Congress. It was clear to me that I had the support. So what happened is what happened, which can't be explained. But nothing if I win, it's for a reason. If the result says you have lost, it's for a reason. So I always focus on the future with commitment and so forth. For me, there's a reason why what happened. Time and the future will unfold. So I remain committed to the organization. I remain disciplined and supportive to the leadership healing thing for a party to label. Most importantly, deliver to Botswana the promises. That is very important.
And one of the statement that's how it's if I were to quote your words, it's like watching your own funeral happening.
Yeah. No, what I meant, in a contest and campaign, people will say so many things. Some will support you, say good things. Some will not support you. They will create a propaganda. They will swell your name and all sorts of things. So it was like watching my own funeral. I know who attended. I saw who attended. I saw who did not attend. I listened to the speeches in the program, those who spoke good, those who spoke bad. So essentially that was what was about. What the happenings in the create the analogy, the proceedings, the funeral. But I have moved beyond that. There's a concept, the whole thing, leadership without a title. So I may not have a title now, but I remain a leader. Yeah, to help the party or a next throne, to help the government to deliver to the promises to the people, and also to prepare the party for 2029 general election to assist the president, Comrade Dumabo, to complete his 10-year mandate. Yeah.
Re KFC, how some ditirong tsa bo politiki o seko o se union re KFC ke motho ntseng a o iketsa bodutu ka tsela ntseng yang?
Yeah, I do small scale farming, largely influenced by my parents. There's a balema, baruile. I'm the more banning. I'm the last born. So what I kids only do my parents and more Gaborone. My my spare time is to read and write poetry. I'm not a poet, I'm the poem. And then ke motho o ratang go bala batho ba exclusive books ba itse gore ke client ya bone on average I buy about 35 books a year. So I've created library ko lapeng. And then music ke nngwe ya dilo tse ke dumelang gore di rodisa moya wa me ke reetsa music mongwe le mongwe. I listen to every genre depending on the time and the date. I listen to African jazz, I listen to soul music, I listen to classic. Ya bogologolo la ke tsora program tse teng mo RB1 ya For You Alone. I listen to gospel for inspiration and so forth, and community work ya go thusa batho ba tabeng ba thokile le sego jalo le jalo. Ke hela gore politics e nkgoreletsa one of my hobbies, which is adventure ya traveling. So I like traveling, but because of politics I'm not traveling that me.
You like traveling. How are traveling? Kuno ku to khante lo re how mo travel a ibile batho ba re e ka re ga ona passport.
No, before I get mo parliamentary minister I used to travel.
Ya no gompieno how travel kana o tsaba tsone dikgang tsa traveling.
Ya ke kinwe ke one minister go ra gore ke santse ke le mo, because my idea ke gore instead of benchmarking, I want to establish models in the Ministry of Local Government. Say other countries and other leaders will benchmark from us. So I want to generate and create benchmarking models here, models that people will benchmark from. So in essence, what I want to travel for my own sake. So me la ka gore gompieno I can have my moko party, maybe I may find time, I don't know, but the constituency and ministerial responsibilities is something so correct. And also I like this thing ya letsomo
hunting
ke dira pele, so gompieno le gone go santse go pala hunting kana go na le ga se go zoma per se, but the competition ya la tsa di shooting go the range, so it's something that I used to do, but because of the constraints
in closing hela no bata gora batlhophi ba go boreng hela bane ba go tlhophile ko madinare kana ba tsona hela bothe ka karetso.
Batho ba kgala madinare ke batho ba haugi le nna ela thata. That is why pele ke robala la ha ke tsoga ke nna ke na le tsheko ya go itshekisa gore a me ke ba direla sente, ke ba direla ya ka ba eleditse. So this put me under pressure to always wake up ke ba direla. That is why Harrison Utopia ka October re be tsala parliament in November. December ga ke ya boikhutsong, so I was addressing the quota meeting mo constituency, the social gathering the attend, including this year. So I've never had a leave. That is how I take serious the responsibility and mandate over Nancy. Me go batswana ya like go bara gore. You know, one of the concerns about Ghana, this new government made certain promises, they had the delivery and so forth. But the message is simple. But we appreciate their frustrations because they were happening over a long time. One of the achievements of UDC government did that is important, more democracy. But the assurance the government is crafting the national development plan, and the national transformative program. Foundation we inherited an almost failed and collapsed state. So part of the responsibility now is to rebuild the economy, industrialize the economy, diversify it from a single commodity economy. But at the forefront is the need to fight the triple crisis of unemployment, the poverty, inequality. So the National Transformative Program. Ke yone foundation ya dilos. How level session ya gompieno parliament. The ministers means because the president said in 3 years we need to transform this country and to lay a foundation and transformation. We need transformation in terms of legislative and policy framework. When a proper national transformative program, which ensure leading policy, and all those things. So things will fall in place. Right leadership, things will fall in place. But we appreciate and understand the frustrations about it's understandable. But we take responsibility to deliver on the promises and address the plight of the people. And we invite them. We said this is an inclusive economy. Particularly the workers and the poor, that are marginalized. That is why there is a cabinet committee on inclusive growth and sustainable development, where we need to craft and implement the policies that ensure there is equitable distribution of development. But to buy longer, but sell mining activities, tourism, and so forth. Only beneficiation. Will contribute significantly to the GDP of the country, but they remain marginalized. So I want to say to people, they must remain hopeful, and it will not be hope in vain. The hope, karabo in the sense that I'm confident the leadership is and lahatsiteng ke gone go goeletsegang.
Yone kgololesego eo ke yone le lwang le yona gore yana batho ba gololesegile gore ba bue sengwe le sengwe so ona matshonyego yona o tla buang ao la reditse ga gone go tebeng go tenya wena yanong ka re so se kwadileng mo maranyaneng ga sa siamanong o to go tsaba ke batho iswa ha so le rotloetsa batho gore ba bue sengwe le sengwe se ba se batla
freedom of expression
ke yone freedom of expression
a gre ha ba bua yanong ke gone go tairang gore itse gore mathata ke re tsibogala ha batho ba didimetse ba hupetse a re ka ra itse gore mathata ke
and Babu. Viewers, you heard him. It's Honorable KFC Motshegwa. Finally, I would like to thank you for coming to the podcast. It's a point blank podcast, and I would like just to say that I appreciate the fact that you took initiative to come to the. You are the first. If you didn't know, you are the first person I had on the show. So I just want to appreciate you for coming and giving me a chance as a new podcaster. Ya ka le bua ba re ke batho ba eleng gore ke government e leng gore e rotloetsa batho gore ba bue. Ana ke tsa gore di platform tse di tshwana tsa di podcast yana ke tsone tse eleng gore di rotloetsa gore batho ba bue ba ntsha maikutlo a teng. Ke sola gore re KFC Motshegwa o tla tswela ntse irela le hatsela botswana jalo.
Thank you very much. So those kale wa nna ke le boga wena go mpha sebaka. I believe in startups or new beginnings. So podcasting, I believe one day we'll reflect and say I contributed to
the growth.
But when I grow and see the but I part of a success story, but we don't want to contribute to the journey of success.
Guys, it's the Point Blank podcast. Make sure that you like us on Facebook, you like us on Instagram. We're there also on YouTube. Just subscribe and like, and we'll drop every episode every week. So, Point Blank.